Hello, Bill Molyneux here with Bill's History and Wargame World. Alright, this is something different. I'm going to try this today, see what happens. I'm going to hit many topics, and we're sitting here at the wargame table. Did you know this green glassware, it's a pottery, green and unglazed, was one of the most common pieces of pottery drinkware for the French during the French Indian War. It was so cheap to manufacture, they would put it in the ballast of their ships. So, we have the Alamo ready. I have to set up the Texans yet. And I thought I'd try this today, something a little different. I ran a poll, and I need your input on when I make my videos. So some people said more 54mm stuff. Some said run a miniature war game on the table. Others have said more historic sites with Goober the Traveling Bear. As you know, my videos are rough. I'm just doing what I can do to help promote history with and historic sites. Many of the historic sites I go to, I hope you realize some of them are sort of off the beaten path. Not all of them, of course. Everyone's heard of Fort Ticonderoga and Fort Niagara. But Jerusalem Mills, for instance, right up the street from my house, and the Braddock Battlefield History Center in Pittsburgh. So, as I jibber jabber, and today is a jibber jabber day, I am working on several things. The Alamo will not start until Sunday, and I will run a full, probably 20 to 30 minute video on the Alamo. But today, I am gluing down using E6000 plastic and armies and plastic figures, and I will be making the Conrad Weisers Battalion, the Augusta Regiment, the French Indian War units that were the provincials for the French Indian War in Pennsylvania. A little known fact about Conrad, I have many videos on my playlists. I encourage you to go to my playlist, look up the French Indian War playlist, and listen to my different historians, Don Kramer, Dave Bybee, and most importantly, Lynn Otto, who sort of manages the Conrad Weiser homestead in a way for their events. So I'm going to be gluing all these down with my E6000. And then Lynn Otto was kind enough to send me pictures of the flags. So I'll be doing 3 battalions, 10 figures each. And I have another flag yet to print out. So a little bit of E6000 on each base. And I'll have 10-man units, 3 of them, a flag bearer and an officer. Using the heavy-duty poker chips. They are metal with clay. They'll actually give a plastic figure enough weight that it feels like it's made out of metal. So what else we have going on? Well, we have the Alamo starting on Sunday. Tomorrow, I will be taking my, which I'm very proud of, my 3D printed French Milice, printed by Josh Warliff. Good friend Josh, and these will be fighting at Walt L's house at the secret location in Maryland. And I believe we're going to be using, I'm not sure, I think we're using Sharp's practice rules in 54mm scale. And like always at Walt's house, Walt allows me to do a video of the games, and I believe Mike will be there, Joseph, and of course Mr. Kevin, who is Goober's security detail at wargame conventions, even though he did lose Goober within 15 minutes. Come on, laugh. Life is short. So, I'm going to go ahead and glue these figures down, and I will be setting up my Texans for the Alamo. I got that left to do. Looking forward to Walt's wargaming with Walt and the guys on Saturday. Look for that video in 54. And I need you to leave me a comment. More historic sites, more wargaming in 54. This is the only thing I have not in 54mm scale now. This 10mm Alamo. Also, slot cars. My brother David is big on the slot cars and wants more slot car videos. So historic sites, board war games, miniature war games, slot cars. A little bit of each, a little bit of more of something. Let me know. I just wing this channel. I hit 1,000 subscribers and I want to say thank you. And I think hopefully next week everything is looking good. We are taking a road trip to the Braddock Battlefield Center in Pittsburgh. It is a museum dedicated to the French Indian War for Braddock's defeat, or the French victory over the British during the French Indian War, also known as the Battle of Monongahela. There's a couple fellas there and some nice ladies. They all work there to try to educate the public on the French Indian War. Big shout outs to both Sean and Matt. They have been fantastic. They have both been fantastic with planning our trip. So, I think that's it for now. This is a totally different format. I did something similar like this a few weeks ago on a Sunday morning. But I'm going to go ahead and build my 3 battalions, and then hopefully I'll be able to spray paint them in the next few days with acrylon paint, so the main paint will stay. And then I believe I'll be taking them to Jim Shaw, the magic painter in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, for him to do the detail work. So, I hope you have an enjoyable weekend, and the spring is right around the corner. I'll be at many French Indian War sites this spring and summer, and Goober and I will probably be volunteering at Fort Frederick once again with Ranger Rat Dan Ratcliffe. So, that's it. Leave some comments. Was this format terrible, good, bad? And tell me what I should be focusing on now that we have over 1,000 subscribers and building. And if you're new to my channel, you never know. One day it might be a French Indian War reenactment, and the next day I might be doing a review on a board war game. Thank you everyone for watching my crazy channel. And I think that's it. Stay safe, be kind, and be courteous, and get off the couch and visit a historic site. We have plenty of them in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm sure you have some where you live too. Thank you.